Hello, beautiful people. How are you all doing? I believe you guys are very okay. Yeah, on today's episode of our Truck Talks, I'm going to be discussing very important tips and very important something about trucking, which is the difference between gear and speed. The other day I was talking about high gear, and I mentioned that gear 1, gear 2, gear 3, gear 4, gear 5 are high gears. People were like, what do I mean that gear 1, gear 2, gear 5 is not high gear, that it is low gear? But what they don't know is that there is difference between gear and speed. And when you talk about gears means those shafts inside the gearbox. If you look at the gear, I'm going to put up another picture so that you can understand better. If you look at all those gears in the gearbox, you will find out that gear 1 is the largest. It's the largest because it's very heavy, like it is the heaviest and largest. That is why you use it to pull anything that is unpullable. That is why you use gear 1, because it is very large and it is the biggest among the gears. So when we talk about speed now, gear 1 is the lowest speed, but it is the highest gear. Do you understand the difference? So people mistake that when we say gear 1 is a high gear. Understand that we mean the sizes. And when we talk about gear is not speed. There is difference between gear and speed. So now when you talk about gear 1 is the lowest speed and is the highest gear. All right. For example, this is gear lever. It is the controller. It is the controller of all those gears. So from here now, you cannot see the sizes of gear 1, gear 2, gear 3, gear 4, gear 5, gear 6, gear 7, gear 8, gear 9, like I have on this truck. You will not see the sizes here. Do you understand that? The sizes of the gear, you can only see that inside the gearbox. So if you have not been where the dismantled gearbox, you will not see the difference. You will not know that gear 1 is larger than gear 2. Gear 2 is larger than gear 3. Gear 3 is larger than gear 4. Just like that. So what this gear lever does is only controller, and from here now you can see this pin. This pin now, what it does is, if the pin is down, it means you are driving on high gear, which is tortoise gear. You are driving on bigger gears, right? But on a lower speed. That is what I mean by tortoise gear. You are driving on high gear, lower speed. Do you understand that? So if you pin up like this, you are driving on high speed but lower gear. That is the difference too. So don't mistake that, or don't teach people that this is a high gear. This is low gear and this is high gear. This is low gear, this is high gear. Understand the difference? So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that gear 1 is lower than gear 2, but it's bigger, which is larger than gear 2. The same thing applies to other gears. Like, let me say that I have gear 9 on this my truck. If you talk about the speed, that gear 9 is the highest speed, but it is the lowest gear. I mean to say, when somebody tell you don't go on a slope with lower gear, what I mean is don't go on a slope with 9 gear. Do you understand that? If you want to go on a slope, use high gear. High gear means gear 1, gear 2, gear 3, gear 4, gear 5, depending on the kind of hill you are coming down from, or depending on the load you are. So all these are high gears but lower speed. So get it from me that speed is different from gear. Just like I told you, gear 1 is the highest gear but the lowest speed. Gear 9 is the highest speed but the lowest gear in size. So that is what I was trying to explain to you. At least you have learned something from me today. Don't go about spreading ignorance. Like I see somebody, I was watching a guy's video, a Tanzania, and he was talking about high gear and low gear, and people were under his comment section correcting him while he is actually correct. It's very bad. All right, and that is all I have on this episode. Thanks and remain blessed.